have three popular types of Epipremnum pinnatum plants. Here's Epipremnum pinnatum green form, Epipremnum Pinnatum Cebu Blue form, which most of you know and already have, and Epipremnum Pinnatum Baltic Blue. This one has just been mass-produced by Costa Farms and released to the market in February. And of course, Costa Farms has mass-produced Cebu Blue. It's everywhere. But for some odd reason, they haven't touched the green form, the granddaddy of them all. This is still very rare in the US. It's not rare overseas, but it's rare here. This is the only one that has not been mass-produced. It's easy to grow, just like Cebu Blue, but Cebu Blue has to mature for a long time before you see fenestrations. However, this green form and this new Baltic Blue form will fenestrate in literally a matter of months. They fenestrate very quickly, which is lovely. So anyway, we have the rare green form in all stages of maturity, from the small juvenile plants all the way up to the giant fenestrated mature plants. So, just a quick backstory about this plant. This is actually the true Monstera delicerata. Back when the original discoverer found this plant, he coined it Monstera delicerata. When the leaves are maturing, it's very easy to confuse it with the Monstera. In fact, to this day, people refer to the extraordinarily expensive Burl Marx Flame Monstera as Monstera delicerata. But in fact, that name was actually coined for this plant. So if anyone asks, you can say with all honesty, yes, I own a Monstera delicerata. Now, of course, as it turned out, this plant is not a Monstera at all. And in fact, it had already been discovered and identified as Epipremnum pinnatum. The thing is, the juvenile version of these plants looks nothing like the mature version. And on that subject, the only way to get mature leaves that look like these, is to orient your plant to climb. This goes for all Epipremnum. If they are climbing, the leaves will get larger and larger and more fenestrated. If you allow any of these plants to vine and trail down, say in a hanging basket, as most people do with pothos, these leaves will stay juvenile. Likewise, if they have gotten large, but they happen to grow off their totem, they will get smaller and smaller until they eventually return back to their juvenile state, just like any pothos. They have to stay climbing to grow large and maintain those large leaves. In any case, we have all sizes and maturity levels to choose from. Unfortunately, some have grown off their totems, as you can see. You could try to carefully peel it off this stick, but I personally would not try that. Those aerial roots really grip, and you'll probably end up breaking the plant, unless you plan to divide it up and share it with friends and family. But what I did with this one was cut those little aerial roots off of the side, which allowed me to put the vine back in front of this totem stick. Unfortunately, since the vine had grown out instead of up, that new leaf is much smaller than the previous leaves. But now that the vine is growing upward, those new leaves will once again begin getting larger. You may possibly be able to cut those aerial roots all the way down and get this off of the stick, but a better choice would be to leave it alone. Plant that stick in your pot and put a new totem behind it. It might not be the ideal presentation, but it's better than risking the plant. And as you can see, those new growth points on the top nodes are getting ready to put out new vines anyway, so it will pretty much be covered up with the new growth. So in any case, you may have noticed a flood of sellers selling Epipremnum pinnatum. Those are not the rare green form. Those are the recently mass-produced Baltic Blue from Costa Farms. This green form is still rare in the US. Unfortunately, a lot of sellers don't know the difference between these three forms. They just use the term Epipremnum pinnatum to refer to all three. However, the green form Cebu Blue and this new Baltic Blue are all different. And the green form is the only one Costa Farms has not mass produced. I'm assuming they just didn't want to sell yet another green plant. That's probably why. So in any case, with your purchase of this rare green form, we will include free unrooted cuttings of Cebu Blue and Baltic Blue. So you'll have all three. And we'll throw in a bunch of other Epipremnum Aureum varieties to round out your Epipremnum Hoard. And again, for all of these, you will want to put the new growth on totems so they can climb, get large, and fenestrate. In any case, whether it is the green form, Cebu Blue, or Baltic Blue, this is such a fun, easy, fast-growing, and striking plant. You will absolutely love adding this to your collection. So come over and see us on our Etsy shop.